saying? And I watched plenty of babies come through that back gate, 18 years old, 75 ag. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with the hopes of, man, I'm finna go. When you think I'm gonna go on?
Yeah. Not for a while.
I get comfortable.
Yeah, nah.
Hey, today we got a little different, man. We got a little different show. I got my brother here, as you can see, the famous Hollywood star, Mell Bowser. So today, and I'm Dino, as you know. Today, what we're gonna do, man? The topic of our show is formerly incarcerated men and women today. Well, it's just one man, and I'm gonna talk about it. So my brother's gonna interview me today. So, man, you gotta get to know me and get an open dialogue about life in prison, life before prison, and life after prison, and reform.
Yeah, let's get straight
to it, man.
All right, my first question is, when you first went in, what was going through your head?
Which time?
The last stint, the last time.
So everybody know I did a 10-year stint. So this last time I had already been through the system.
Right.
So it wasn't that scary, you know what I mean? Because I've been through the system since I was 11 years old. So at the end of the day, I came through the back gate and everybody, hey, what's up, Dino? You know what I mean? So it wasn't a scary situation. I knew how to rock and roll. I knew how to, file in and get things rocking.
Right.
But I mean, of course, when I went in, my mindset wasn't what it is now.
What was going through your mind? What was your mindset like that?
Man, my mindset was when I hit Cofield unit.
What year was this? Wait, let's back up. When was this?
This 2007.
2007. All right.
When I hit Cofield, I was just no. I take that back. 2007 was Conley unit when I was down like south in Kennedy, Texas.
Okay.
Right. My mindset was, man, let me file in. Let me find out who got the packs. Let me find out, how to hustle, because I know, everybody had their own struggles out here in the world. Y'all had your own struggles, man. I had to, file in.
This is 2007?
It's 2007.
Right before the recession in 2008.
Yeah.
I had just graduated high school.
I left right after your senior year.
Yep.
Man, I had to file in, man. Like, prison a different world, man. Like, you gotta block out everything, and then people can relate. That been in prison, man, you kind of gotta. I was already a rascal, and what that means for the people that don't know, rascal was I was hard headed, man. Yeah. I was trying to get in the mix.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's back up. Let's back up there. How did you end up in your situation? You said you was a rascal. Was you bad your whole life? You was getting in trouble. When did trouble start? Like, what all this began to get you where you was last stint?
So, I mean, the last stint.
Or you ain't got to talk about the charges.
I mean, the charges I'm open book, bro.
Okay.
So it don't matter. The public can know. You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to know. Right. I want to bring awareness to what I went through and where I'm at today. So, I was with I won't even say a name.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Just out of respect.
Right.
I was with a childhood friend. Man, then she was good family. We grew up together, basically. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And her family and our family was close. We went to church together. Man, long story short, man, I got out, man, and got with her.
Yeah.
And good girl. I was still a boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was still a boy. I didn't have father, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by our granny. You know what I mean? Our mama was young. She was a rascal. You know what I mean?
Mama had you at what?
Mama had me at 16. So basically, baby was raising the baby. So man, I thank God that our granny mama stepped in, man, and did what she didn't have to do.
Right.
And she raised me right. She raised us right, man. She took care of us and taught us the values. We was in church. Man, we got our ass whooped about anything and everything, you know what I mean? And man, we was blessed. And mama was just a thug, you know what I'm saying? At the time, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for change.
Nah,
you know what I mean? So man, I thank God for granny. But anyway, I had my godparents, David Harris and Jerry Sturman, man, that's my mom and dad. At that time I was the only child. And I think, man, when trouble started is kind of when and I won't speak in depth on that, but when that kind of went, because that was kind of like my safe environment.
What you mean?
But my godparents.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go in depth in that, but that was my safe. That was my safe place.
That was my security and stable.
Yeah, and I think when that, society, like, it was just, I had you know, rank was.
She don't do so much.
She don't do so much. And at that time in the 90s, well, the streets was the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bryan and College Station was the streets. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like what it is now.
College kids.
We didn't even have, the truth be told, in Fort Block and Southgate, like, we didn't even have those people around in our neighborhood. And I tell people that all the time, like, you know, thank God for change. Because back in the day, boy, I would have got them little scooters they ride through. You know what I'm saying? Let me talk my shit sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Talk about it. They would have had them little scooters riding around there. You know, and but man, just the environment, man, was fast money. You know, crack was what it is, man. And in the 80s. And you know, we was born in the 80s and raised in the 90s, man. That crack epidemic, it played a large, it had a large impact on the way we was raised.
Right.
Most of us was raised by either our grandparents, you know what I'm saying, or by ourselves, or
wait. Okay, so where was your dad in all this?
So my dad was in prison. So I don't have a early memory of my dad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, the first time I seen my dad was in prison. That of me remembering. Dang. You know what I'm saying? So we had a visit together in prison. Dang. You know what I'm saying? So that was the like.
Wait, you was in prison when you saw your dad?
I was in prison having a visit with my dad.
Wow.
Right, and that's the first like real recollection of me actually, you know, physically seeing him, you know, and being with my biological dad. You know what I mean? Which man, he was in prison, man. He made choice. I'm not one of them kids that hold that against him.
Right.
But I do understand statistics, you know what I'm saying? And then, so, you know, 85 to 90% of young black males or kids raised in the ghettos, as they say, are going to, without a dad, single mother, you know what I'm saying, are going to experience some kind of form of incarceration.
Especially in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, in the 90s for sure. In the 90s for sure. Again, the crack epidemic had a whole...
Crack epidemic, the war on drugs.
War on drugs, yeah. I mean, the school to prison pipeline, you know what I mean? Welfare system. Yeah, man. So the environment was crazy, bro. Like, so man, hey, man, we had the Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had the Boys and Girls Club, man. And at that time, man, you kind of just only had that one vision of where that get out sports.
Right.
So, you know, I was real good at sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, when I jumped off the porch and understood that, man, you know, my granny can't provide them J's or them nice shirts and, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I jumped off the porch, man.
Gotta go get it.
Hey, crack was easy to get in your hands at that time in the 90s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was my start, man, when I jumped off the porch. My first case was, I caught my first case, bro.
How old were you?
I was 11 years old.
11 years old. What was it for? You remember?
I was on mama. I don't know. Our mom stayed in Southgate.
Yeah.
And man, I was already out the porch at 11. You know, y'all already know that. Like, I was out there fighting, and that's what I did, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Our mama was hard, bro.
Yes, she was.
She made us hard. Like, it wasn't no crying, and it wasn't no, my mama didn't whoop you with no belt or no switch. My mama put hands on you. Yeah, she gonna fight. She gonna make you get out there and fight too.
Yeah, nah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so without a father to kind of teach me and mold me to how to handle my emotions, I had an emotional mother.
Yeah.
who taught me how to be emotional and how to handle things one way. And I'm not blaming my mom.
Right.
My mom, she taught survival in the 90s. She taught us how to handle our business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that just stuck with me, bro. I only knew one way to handle my problems. And that was to get active.
Yeah, get active.
And so I didn't know how to deal with emotions or anger. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to. I just knew one thing.
That's real.
Let's get active.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Mama stayed in Southgate, and I was trying to show out for this little girl, man, Veronica. I can't remember my name, a little Mexican girl in Southgate, man. Me and Terry, man, we ran everywhere. Me, Terry, Kika, Eugene, Dini, you know. But man, I try to show out for this girl. We leaving the basketball court from Southgate Park, and Richard. I'm not even gonna say his last name, just for the sake of respect. Yeah, so he was, and I hit him, pop, and hit him in the eye, best his eye. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Mama was like, shit, run across the trail, you know, to the State Street, you know what I'm saying? Go home, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, I got that case, and, man, ended up going to juvenile, man, at 11. And that was my first time. You know what I'm saying? My first time in the system. I was at juvenile detention center downtown, man. I didn't know what to do. Now, that was a scary instance.
And that was in the what?
That was in 95, 94. So
okay, so do you remember what it was like when you first went in? And that was your first time?
Man, when I was scared.
It was hard? What was it?
No. I was scared. I was crying. I was like, man, just thinking of the stories about prison, like, prison and juvenile. And so my first time there, normally you do a 2-week they detain you for like 2 weeks or something like that, man. My first time, it was back when they had the Star Team.
What was that?
Like, it was like the scat for, you remember scat?
Oh, yeah.
The drug enforcement people local.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Man, scat was back, but they had the Star Team, which consists of Turk, Oscar, all them old heads, Mr. Pittman. Yeah. They rolled around in that Star Band. All do Brown Car Station. Now, when I got in there, our family was as well known, saying it's my third family as well as, our family on this side, Searcy Mercy County, so when I went in there, man, I was scared, man.
Yeah.
Tyrone Franklin and all them was in there, all the big boys from the hood, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking about the prison movies, like, man, I was crying, I wanted to go home. And then, bro, like, once I got in them and realized, like, my big homie was looking out for me, and it was like, man, I just was still being bad. Yeah. And I ended up standing there 2 months.
Damn.
All right, not on the quarantine. Cut it off and went back and cut them off. And I went to boot camp.
So this started at 11, all the way to, you say, 2007. You was how old on that last stint?
I think I was 21.
So from 11, 10 years.
That's the math right. I know 21 when I got into it.
Nah, you gotta be old. I guess 21. I was 18. Yeah,
I was 21.
Okay. So 21, you go in.
Because I had got out of TYC. I did a 5-year sentence in TYC.
And you got out?
I got out 2005. I copped out. So I was like 22, 21. I was 22.
So what happened?
I didn't stay out long.
What happened in this last little moment from the time that you did a 5-year stint and then you went back? What happened in that little period that you ain't learned your lesson? You had already did 5 years. You had been in trouble. Why was you still acting up from, I guess, 17, 18 to that 21?
I mean, I was institutionalized, bro.
Okay, all right.
Like, of course, I had a good family.
Right.
Like, I got a great supportive family. I had a son in the midst of that.
Yeah.
When I was right before I went.
How old was you when you had your son?
I was 15 when Zay was born.
Damn. So my mama had you at 16. You had your first child at 15.
That's a cycle,
man.
Bro, I didn't know shit about being a dad.
Right.
Because I didn't have nobody to teach me how to be a man.
Right.
But so it's still, I'm trying to connect that. I'm trying to show you that disconnect from having a father figure in the home to having nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then going through an institution back in the day, TYC was rough. Yeah. It was straight scrapping. Because I had already done. Zay was born in 98. Zay was born when I was in TYC at Hampton State School. Man. Then I got out of Hampton State School, and then I went and did the 5-year sentence at Giddings State School. I went to Gainesville, then Giddings. In the midst of all that, man, they teach you out. They teach you great things. I went through one of the most intense programs, the Capital Offender Program. Charleston White speak of it.
Yeah.
When I went to Giddings State School.
Shout out Charleston White. We got to get you on here.
Yeah, for sure. Charleston White went through the Giddings State School program.
I remember saying that.
Capital Offender and Serious Capital Offender and Serious Violent Offenders program. Man, that's one of the most intense psychological programs, rehabilitative therapies in the world. Damn. And it was proven, like, people came from British to do these segments.
Wow.
And to film these segments, but like at the end of the day, we still fought there. We was young, we was rascals, man. Because I was there with kids. Back then you could be 21 at TYC, up to 21. But I was at Giddings State School with murderers. You know what I'm saying? People that killed they damn parents.
Yeah.
Girls that killed their kids. Hey. You know what I'm saying? I had people there that did some heinous crimes. Right. But then on the flip end, you had youngsters that came in at 14, 15, 16, 17. They just came in to fight. Now they just want to fight every day. So, man, that was the environment, bro. So although I was learning, I learned how to weld. When I was at Giddings before I came out, I learned how to weld. I actually went to, I actually graduated. Remember, I graduated from Giddings State home school. I got my high school diploma there. I ended up going to Blinn, where a lot of people don't know I made the national dean's list by having a 4.0, maintaining a 4.0 GPA through Blinn. But, man, in spite of all that, bro, like I never think I actually learn how to be a man. Like I learned how to actually like cope with in society. Yeah, you teaching me skills, but like actually have
Well, what
a
is it?
resource outside of that.
What do you say is being a man then? Let's go there real quick.
So, man, I took my guidance from God, man.
Yeah.
Like I just when I was in prison this last time, I kind of just I was on my spiritual journey.
Right.
And man, God, I need you to show me what it is to be a man. And just through scripture, man, through reading, through meditation, through prayer, he showed me what it was to be a man. And you know it all equated to this. What didn't you have? That's what did you want? That's what it is.
That's
and that's why I'm so active in the community. I'm active at home with my 4 kids. Well, I have 5 kids. With my family, you know, I try to.
What's your son doing right now?
So my son, my oldest son, 26 years old. He served in the United States military. He's been in there for 8 years now, fresh out of high school. He done served in Iraq. Yeah. I mean, no, what is Iraq? Was that Afghanistan? He went to Afghanistan, Germany. Man, my son traveled the world, man. Iron soldier.
Iron soldier.
Yo, so
he jumping out of planes.
Man. He airborne. So he got nuts, man.
Yeah, no, for real.
Talk your shit, son. Cause I ain't jumping out of no plane. But at the end of the day, I think my son breaking the cycle, man. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad, you know, really needed it. So, I mean, he was an athlete in high school. And that's another thing, man. That motivated me to be a part of X Factor and Free World Elite because my son was out here for 4 years on varsity at Rudder. He did 4 years on varsity. Yeah. I think Zay was one of the first athletes of the year at Rudder. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. He got it twice. In track and football. Yeah, so, but, I mean.
All right, let's go back to prison, man. When you in there, you know, you hear all these stories about prison and how tough it is. How did you stay strong in prison and not, you know what I'm saying? How'd you keep your mental in there when a lot of people go in there and they break down?
This might sound crazy, bro, but like, it's the polar opposite.
What you mean?
It's like you thinking, how do you keep your mind sane in an insane world? Nah, you gotta get insane. You gotta be insane, just as insane as these people. Hey. Because at the end of the day, man, you gotta be a psychologist. You gotta be able to be a, you know, investigator. You gotta be able to, and I tell people this all the time, I'm able to dissect and read a person real quick and know who they are fast. Because I read a book, and it breaks humans down by 5 categories. And so you got to be able to put somebody in a certain category fast, know who they are. Because if not, bro, you can get tangled up with the wrong people. You know what I'm saying? You can get tangled up with the wrong people and do the wrong thing. A lot of people get out of prison and they talk this tough. Yo, man, it was this. Yeah, prison like that. But like this new way, prison ain't like that. So you got to save prisons. And man, and that's a good thing. Man, boy, it's a good thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, go down there, do your time, come home alive, right? But I was a rascal, bro. Like you know, I mean, I did all my time. I did 10 years to 10. You know what I'm saying? I did 10 on the 10. So I mean, I got in the work. I blocked out the world. You know what I mean? Like I didn't call y'all that much. I wrote, yeah. But like
every now and then,
man, I had to. People have to block out that world in order to
survive in the other world.
To survive in this world. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if y'all can understand, not become a part of that world.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm walking in this world to survive this world. You know what I mean? To stay alive. Because one thing I always tell y'all, I'm coming home alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, I don't know when, but I'm coming home alive. And the thing is, just being in the system since I was so long, man, I knew it don't matter what unit I was on, I fell right in because I knew somebody, I knew this person, I knew what was going on over here, and I knew how to navigate, bro. And like one thing mama taught us is, dang, good game. Like, man, my mama gave us good game, bro, about life. People don't know that. But guess what? When I was in TYC, that lady said, man, you a master manipulator.
Who said that?
My therapist.
Yeah.
She said, look, just think about it. All my teachers and coaches, I always been a leader.
Right.
And I'm always be the one making the plan. I'm Pinky.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the brain.
The brain, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, hey, bro, this is how we need to do. And so, bro, I know how to get in a situation and make it work for me.
Right.
I know how to win. So, shout out to Universe Corporation, because now I am the master manipulator. I'm a salesman, you know what I mean?
Get the gas.
Yeah, so but I'm not trying to manipulate people.
Right.
But
right.
in that system, man, it's crazy. That world is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you see people die. You see people fall out in front of you. You can be talking to somebody today and he died tomorrow. Damn. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you also see people that ain't got nothing. Right. No end to this. And then you count your blessings like, damn, man, you been here hot. Man, bro, I wasn't even born when you got here. You know what I mean? I spent a lot of my time playing chess. Yeah. And I spent a lot of my time listening to the older heads, man, about the system, about society, about just learning different things about stocks and bonds. You know, we bonded on when I came home. Yeah. Just reading different books, man. I read all the time, but when I came across this one book in my transition, bro, because this is my transition, just to share my transition, was when I was on Cofield unit and our cousin Vane came over there. And at that time, we lost Hank Hunter.
Yeah, I remember.
And that broke me, man. You know what I mean? Because I had lost family members. I lost my Aunt Ginger when I was at TYC in '99. That was really tough. When I in '90,
Aunt Ginger,
man, that was one.
Yeah, you was locked up there.
Toughest. Yeah, I was at Hamilton State School at TYC. Yeah, and they wouldn't let me come to the funeral. But that was really, really hard on me. Mm-hmm. And man, your heart just become numb and that kind of stuff. But then I lost a lot of family members, man. And when I just kept praying to God that, hey, man, at the end of the day, man, let me come home to my granny alive, because I'm never gonna come home if I lose my grandma. Right. That's my number one word. Yeah. Right. So man, God bless me with that. At Granny 96, she's still kicking, and I've been out 8 years. So yeah. Man, at the end of the day, bro, when they gave me that, man, that broke me. You know what I mean? Like that was, Ain't Hunter Man was like our second mama. Yeah. And man, I went into a very deep, dark place. They put me in SEG, and at the time I was going through college, man, I was kind of like going towards when they transitioned me to that entrepreneurship program. But I had went into a deep, dark space. And man, in that deep, dark space, I found some light. And I always like to say it's ain't Hunter Man, because God, in that deep, dark space, man, one day I just came up, I had shaved, bro. I cut down haircut, bro. I wasn't going to shower, bro. Like, I was just depressed about losing family, you know what I'm saying? And how much family I lost here, you know what I mean? How many homies from the neighborhood we lost, you know what I mean? So it was like, this one broke me. And I looked in the mirror, man, I was like, man, I'm looking bad, you know what I'm saying? And I said to myself, this is when I changed, because I used to blame everybody else for my problems. Like, I used to blame everybody else for why I'm here. I blame everybody else for everything. It was always somebody else's fault all the time. Yeah. But when I looked in that mirror, that little ashy mirror in that cell, that SEG cell on 3 row, I said, man, I was at the back of the cell. I was at the back, so ain't nobody coming like that. Yeah. So I looked in the mirror, man, and I was like, damn, look back there, you know what I mean? And I ain't brushed my teeth, I ain't showered, bro. I've been here 2 weeks, bro, like almost, you know what I mean? And I looked in that mirror and I was like, I started crying, man. And I was like, this ain't how I want to end up. This ain't where I want to die.
So that was the moment.
Yeah, and that was the moment that said, man, you know what? I got to take responsibility for my actions, bro.
How long? What was you at in your stand on this one?
I was at Cofield unit. So at that time I had I think I had just got a 2-year set off. So I had 4 years left. Yeah, I had 4 years left. And I came from back there, and it's just I went on my spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Like, everybody know I'm not real religious. I'm not a religious person, but like I went on my deep spiritual journey and my connection with God, Jesus Christ, or whoever you want to say. You know what I mean? Right. I just had that strong spiritual entombment, enlightenment, man, and where, man, I just felt like I needed to do something different, and so I started self-educating myself. I went to college, the Trinity Valley Community College, and start making changes, man, valuing my choices. That's what I started doing. That was my motto. Man, I gotta value every choice every day.
Right.
In order to stay safe and to get up out of here. And then I transitioned to.
Okay. So you made it out. As the story goes, obviously you made it.
Obviously, I made it out there, boy, man. I'm gonna leave all the fight stories and stab stories and
for another time.
We'll leave that for another day.
Now let's move into getting out and the hurdles you faced as you got out.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you end up to where you are? You are 8 years free. Tell us about, the journey from getting out, what you struggled with or didn't struggle with, or, how you got your journey so far.
Yeah, so when I got out, man, I was excited to get out. I took it all to the door. It was at the time when they had a hurricane or something, and the city was flooded. Early was flooded, and they was like, well, "You can't get out. You're not gonna be able to get out." And I said, "But I'm not doing another day." And
what year was this?
This was 2017.
Oh, 2017. Yeah.
And T was one thing I said, I told him, I said, man, now Johnny Flowers is there. He said, man, one thing about your mom, man, she ain't gonna let you come to get you. Yeah. I said, man, she don't come, man. She gonna send a boat on 30, you know what I'm saying? Somebody come to get me, right? But the thing, honestly, and no joke, all jokes aside, is this. When you leave TDCJ, you leave with nothing. If you're on parole, they give you $50. If you discharge, they give you $100. Dang. And you got your personal stuff that you had there, so you essentially coming home with nothing. And man, I'm just blessed to have my brother that was in Hollywood. He was in Hollywood in LA at the time. T was doing his thing, fresh out the oil field, bought an 18-wheeler, was doing his thing. Mama had a great job, and I had a support system. My sister had a good job doing a nursing thing or whatever, and I had just a solid support system to come home to. And I knew that if I came home and actually had my mindset on staying free every day, because that was my goal. I didn't have another goal. Like I didn't. This time I didn't make plans to say this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get. I said, man, I'm gonna stay free every day. Anybody ask me to this day, that's my goal. My goal is to stay free every day. And if I can stay free every day, I can find a job today.
Right.
If I can stay free today, man, I can make an impact on another kid's life, or I can pay a bill, or I can make somebody happy. You know what I'm saying? So. Man, that's my goal, and that's still my goal. Stay free every day. You know what I mean? So every day I wake up, my goal is to stay free. So if you walking around thinking I got a plan, I don't. It's to stay free. You know? So doing that, bro, I knew I could hang out, and no hate or hurt or no shots at nobody. Right. I just knew that I can't hang around the same people because my mindset ain't the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My mindset ain't the same. Mental health is real, right? So people struggle with mental health in prison. Prison is just think about being locked in a cell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just think about summer heat. Man, we crying out here, but we can actually seek some kind of relief,
right?
But it does, bro. Like.
You gotta deal with
it. Ain't no relief in that hot ass 6x9 cell. You got a little fan that's blowing heat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I was on Cofield, bro. Like the glass house, that was the glass house with the kind, bro, the biggest unit in the state of Texas. And it's all glass. And we knock the windows out in the summer and it get cold in the winter. Right? So I watch people fall out actually and die. Damn. From the heat, you know what I'm saying? That's a major issue
in Texas, man. That's Cofield, for those of you who don't know, if you're watching, nationwide, this is Texas, like deep South Texas.
Yeah, no AC, you know what I mean? And so just getting out, bro, like I seen my little nieces, you have my little nephew, and I look at them and I say, man, I don't want to miss out on them. You know what I mean? I don't want to miss out on my kids no more. You know what I mean?
The babies.
Like I don't want to miss out on none of that. Yeah. And
how old were you when you got out?
I was 33 years old.
33, okay.
So I have been in the system. I have never not been out of the system. So I have been in the system from 11 to 33 years old.
21
non-stop.
22 years?
Yeah. 30. When I walked out of the gold gates at the Wilds, that was my first time not having an answer to nobody.
I was retired. I worked 22 years in the system.
22. And so bro, my mindset was this, man. I think I'm gonna utilize my skills. I'm a welder.
Yeah, tell about some of the things you did when you got out. Like,
so when I first got out, first week, bro, I went to Gooseneck Trailers, got my job. I worked at Gooseneck years before, but I went back now as a skilled worker, as a skilled welder, someone who knows how facets of welding, all multi-phases of welding. So now I'm able to go here. And the rules deck wasn't the type of job where they was gonna just pay me what I was worth.
Right.
So, but this was a job when you don't got nothing. I work for free, and it's the thing. I hate when people get out of prison and I can't find a job. What you mean?
Bro, talk about it.
McDonald's hiring. Popeye, if you didn't go on down there and get a skill, people hiring.
Right.
It might not be the job you want, but you did that shit down there for free.
Yeah.
You banged that Aggie on that ground for free. You picked up the damn itchy ass okra for free. You know what I'm saying? You went out there and fought with them snakes in that cornfield for free. Ride on the back of that wagon for free, bro.
You can do something.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how when I got out, I said, man, I'll take what I got. I ain't tripping about what you paid me. I love the weld.
Right.
So guess what? You paying me is more than what they paid me for the last 10 years. Right? Mm-hmm. And so, man, I faced hurdles of being rejected by jobs. That was tough, and I understand why we should have visited them so high, because you really do got people that actually, man, there's some good, sharp, smart people I've met the most. I met geniuses in prison, right? And you got people that actually get out and have intentions to do the right thing and not come back out in society and hurt people. This is a real thing. People get out and really don't want to do no wrong. They don't want to do crime.
Right.
But when they get out here, it's a big cultural smack in the face, cultural shock.
How? Just because
apply for a job, apply for house, especially the ones that don't have nothing. Right? Halfway houses, and they talk about the resources that they may provide for some, but for many, for the majority, it's man, hey, let me apply for this house, and you deny it because you're facing your background. Let me put for this job.
After you already then serve your time.
Serve your time.
You know what I mean? You should be done, right?
Yeah. But the background check, and that's something, man, in reform with this government that has to be reformed. I mean, they need to take that off.
Yeah.
Like, man, don't do a background check. I mean, on some things like the rapist and the pedophile, like, man, like that's a different, but like, they deserved, you know what I mean? They deserved for nothing. But at the end of the day, you got people that actually get out and try and won't. And I watched it, man, and get denied because I went through it.
Say you
but it's the consistency.
Went through it,
yeah, it's the consistent. It's about being consistently persistent to stay free.
Right.
So I had put in, if I had a birthday, send me out with a Houston, did a field school, did all that right there, man, with the Austin, did all this and then denied. Put in for another job, you was off. Like I said, I was trying to get this office because T told me to get this office. So I was trying to do that with the welding skills I got, man, with the knowledge I got. I was like, oh, man, I can do this. Man, I remember, I put in that GATX here in Hearn. And they hire for this now, you know what I mean? And then they hire for this because Twin worked there. Twin the one told me to apply for it. Yeah. But I went in, passed the welding test, background check. You know what I mean? But thank God, look, after 7 years, I'll pass background checks now. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know what, though? I looked at it like, I see why people go back to the streets. Like, man, I ain't get no job, man. Everybody telling me no. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, I go back for what I know because I gotta survive. You know what I'm saying? And it's oxymoron, but what I'm finna say is like you can find a job, but you're gonna go through that, right? Of denial where you can't find a job, but you gotta be persistent and consistent in being persistently free.
There it is. Say it again.
You gotta be persistent and being consistently free every day. So every day is a new opportunity. And let me go check this out. And then once I start building my network up, I worked at Goose Day for so long. And then, man, one day I just felt like it was time to transition. That job kept me free. It kept money in my pocket. I'm saying that I bought a car like the second week out. Everybody talked about my little Buick. It was ashy paint peeling off. Shout out Zach. You know what I'm saying? He sold me that old last car that way. Hey, little bro, sold me that car. I got around that car. That car got me through everything, right? So also, like my second week out, man, Mo took me we went up to X Factor with Ty. And I had been coaching ever since that second week out.
Wait, so what's X Factor?
So X Factor was when Taiwan had built X Factor prep, which was 7-on-7 and you tackle football. Kind of what free world do now.
Okay.
And that free world stemmed from X Factor. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's a blessing that Ty even allowed me to come in, because in that cell, what he don't know, in that cell when I was going through what I was going through, God showed me that vision. Yeah. That I was gonna mentor through these kids and tell these kids my story, right, and help these kids through the game I love, right? And that was crazy, man. That came full circle, and a lot of people don't, they don't believe in spirituality, but God showed me this, and He also showed me that the mission is bigger than football, right? It's bigger than the football, and that's why I get a lot of hate, because of the way I discipline my kids. I'm strong on my kids. I'm hard on my boys. You know what I'm saying? I don't coach no more, but like at the end of the day, I was hard on my boys because life hard, and I didn't have my mama. And that I didn't have you to help me. I didn't have my brothers to help me fight in the. I didn't have my sister when I was hungry in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That nighttime, bro, when they threw that journey, sacking there with that cold ass bologna, that peanut butter with that one little scoop on this big ass peanut butter. They get that one little scoop, that thick ass peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Nobody was there with me in them long ass nights. Right. Nobody I had me. I had to fend for myself. Right. And so, and I look at them babies, man, and I watch plenty of babies come through that back gate, 18 years old, 75 ag. You know what I'm saying? Hey, with the hopes of, I'm going to go, when you think I'm going to go on? Yeah. Not for a while. I get comfortable. Yeah, nah. But they be so innocent babies, bro. Like they be young. Yeah. What they call them, YN. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they be thinking that it's sweet, bro. And it's not, bro, because the reality is, bro, you're going to shed some tears in here. Yeah. When reality hit, bro, I had 10 years and it's been nice. I was like, damn, bro, I'm ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But in that world, bro, you got to kind of quickly shake that off. Right. You know what I mean? And so, man, that's a big hurdle when you get out here, bro. And you got it, because when you get out here, you got a honeymoon period. You got about a week. Everybody gonna love all you. It goes somebody, and then you know what I'm saying. Buy you shoes and clothes. After that, it's gonna be like, hey, bro, you go out to, you know what I'm saying? You got to figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I think that, like I say, that goal I had of staying free every day, it helped me stay persistent and want more, and it helped me stay consistent and staying free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Yeah. Give shout outs to our sponsors real quick. I'm gonna run and do something real quick.
Hey, shout out Honey Favorite Sweets, man. Also I want to shout out Gold Star Academy, Mike Warble, Mike Expedia, and Midas. I also want to shout out Universe Corporation. I'm the sales lead at Universe Corporation for all your uniforms and facility service needs. If you need a low price BCS, get at me, man. 281-777-4283.
Hey, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Talk-Yo-ish. Today, we have a special treat for you. We'd like to extend a big thank you to our sponsors: Gold Star Barber Academy, Honey's Favorite Sweets, and Midas Media, for making this episode possible. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to bring you the engaging and informative content that you've come to expect from Talk-Yo-ish. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, keep talking your ish. Thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you in the next one.
Again, man, hey, we back. I want to shout out again, man, some of our local businesses, black-owned businesses, man. We got Exotic Eats, Honey Favorite Sweets. What's the name? Got a lawn service. I can't think of his name.
Somebody, JMG.
Adam Pickney got a lawn service. Man, just shout out all these young businesses, man. Also, man, shout out Universe Corporation. We the best.
We are looking for sponsors for the next and further episodes. So if you want to sponsor, make sure y'all tap in. We'll get with you. All right, man. Let's get back into it. We're gonna move forward and wrap it up here, man. But Yeah, life after and the mission, man. Now that you got this platform, what you plan to do with it? Just talk your ish and
So talk your ish, man. So the football field was my ministry for a long time.
right.
And God just, transition, move. Man, I want to reach out to a larger audience across the city, state of Texas, the nation, right? I want to bring awareness, man, to that kids can change, man, that it can be done. Like, man, I'm a living testimony that, man, I was raised in the system. I was raised in the streets. I was raised in the system. And that, man, and when you're looking at me, man, I'm telling you that you can make a difference. You can change your life and you can make a difference. You can make an impact on somebody. You can make some different impact on society. So, man, my thing is youth because I got a mindset, bro, that when you're adult, it's kind of hard to
Oh yeah,
it's kind of hard to change your values. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. Old dog new tricks. Yeah. So, my focus is the youth of my community right now, man. It starts for me in my home. You know what I'm saying? What I preach on that football field and when I preach here, it's those are the same values I'm teaching my own kids in my house. And excuse me. Man, my goal and mission, man, is to let the spiritual light of God shine through me on my community, the children in my community.
I like that.
To shower them with love, tough love, discipline. Man, I want them to know that, man, no matter what, how hard or what I say, I want I want you to know that, man, I want you to be different because, man, it took the system to tell my mama that I was bad. And so, and that's what I notice here a lot now with these today parents, man, like, and dealing with their kids, you can't tell them their kid is bad, bro. Or not bad, because you can't tell them their kid is prone to a cycle of a pattern that I've noticed. That I sometimes I look at these kids, I say, man, I used to do that. Man, I'm telling you, I was doing that right there.
Yeah.
And this led to this.
Right.
And then it got bigger. And then it got bigger until my mama, mama gonna rock out. Mama gonna rock out with you in public, but she gonna tie your ass up in private. But it took the system to tell my mama when they said, hey man, 5 years TYC, 9 months boot camp, hey, 3 years TDC. Oh no. 10 years TDC.
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Man, I was there with mama when you got the sentence. I was right next to mama, man. She broke down crying, bro. That shit was crazy. I was there when you got sentenced to that 10 years, bro.
And that's the thing, man. Man, these parents gotta understand, man, we was raised by our village. Man, them state streets.
That's fair.
Man, that 4 blocks. So people be trying to think 4 blocks can't. No, 400 Street was family.
From 4 blocks to Southgate.
Hey, bro,
and everything in between.
You do something on George Street. By the time I got to Phoenix Street, I done got 6 whoopers. For real. Coming through that trail. Well, I heard you. Hey, man, I'm not playing, man. And so back then it wasn't. Don't be putting your hands on my. Nah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they whoop your ass from every Detroit, Carolina, Arizona, you got your ass whooped. Thompson, Edwards, you don't go off there.
And that's before mom even got home.
Man, I'm trying to sit like, and that's before, yeah. I ain't even got the ass. Yeah, hey, man, by the time I got, man, it's just, man, and that village that raised, and so we was raised right, man. And I look back on that now, you know what I mean? When I raised my kids, like, man, my granny was right, man. Kim was right, you know what I'm saying? Man, my mama Janice was right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, my daddy, it was right. Like, I just had to go through that fire, man, and that's a testimony because, and I'm gonna share this, brother. I'm gonna let you move on, just so you can, wrap it up. But like, I like to tell people my testimony, man. Malachi 3:3, it speaks about what I do, right? It speaks about a refiner. You know what I'm saying? Like God, He sits as a refiner, and I'm ad-libbing.
Nah, go into it. I was waiting on you to tell. I was wondering if you was gonna get to it.
Yeah, so he says as a refiner and refine the hearts of men, right? And man, when that break down to me, I'm a welder, right? So I know, you know what I'm saying? Like when you forging metal, precious metals, like gold, it's dirty. It don't look like what it looked like as a finished product. You know what I'm saying? When it's on my neck or on my hand, nah, it looks dirty. And so a refiner, he sits as in there, he forges it, put it in the fire, and then he keep putting it in the fire, he keep taking it out, he keep putting it in the fire, taking it out. And so what he doing at that point, he's purifying that through fire. You know what I'm saying? And so, and he asked, and you know, at the end you may ask, why do he keep when do the refiner know it's ready? It's when he can see his face in it. So when I was in prison, bro, and everybody was making parole, and I was like 2 years set out, another 2 years set out, and I'm like, another 2 years set out. What? How long, bro? You know what I'm saying? And so when I was in that moment, like I was telling you, and they say, yo, that's when they used to pass out the little church things, and that came to me a paper talking about what I'm talking about now, Malachi 3:3, and it says, like I say, and I'm like, man, God, you had me in this fire, right? And what he was doing was purifying my heart, purifying my mind, knocking off all those impurities, and then when he seen his face in me, let's go, he's ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My boy ready. Let's go. And then so and for the doubters and the unbelievers, bro, you know, I was staying out a year. Yeah, for real. I was in that boy out 6 months back. Bro, I've been out 8 years now, going on 8 years, and man, I done made an impact on my community. I flew on a plane to LA for the first time.
With the Washington
with
DC?
the Washington DC, bro. Like, man, bro, I put together took 80 kids to Atlanta for smoke. 90% of them first time ever been out of Texas.
Yeah, that's big.
Last year took them to New Orleans. So just the mission and the vision God showed me in that, and when He was purifying my heart through that fire of prison, it's pain of fusion, and it's actually a walking testimony right here. And man, God just you know, when I go in them deep meditations and I go in them deep doubts and prayers, man, He remind me of the mission. I was just telling Coach Davis today, he's like, man, you gotta come back. And I said, man, God showed me that it was time to transition.
So yeah.
Like, because I start feeling like, well, this is the truth. You can start feeling like you're beating a life. You can start feeling like you can start living a rock star life, right? Even though the mission was clear, I start living around. I'm gone every weekend away from my partner. And everybody know, like, man, another thing that helped me is my partner. You know what I mean? Coming home and having a partner that brings peace, that supports your goals, that supports your dreams, that effectively communicates is huge. And I can be a dick at times, man, like a lot of times. Yeah. Because, man, I'm still transitioning and understanding what my role is as a man. And especially as a man that been broke and hurt and, you know what I'm saying, scarred and you know what I'm saying, been through a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I'm not perfect, but I'm worth it. And guess what, bro? Like, and I value my own life. I value my partner. A lot of people, being a public figure, bro, it makes you guard things more. Like, I guard my family, my immediate, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces, nephews, man. People always ask me, man, why I don't post this and I don't post. Hey, man, listen, man, some things are like diamonds, precious jewels.
Don't cast your pearls to swine.
Exactly. Don't cast your pearls to swine, right? And that's what society. I've never been a follower, so society doesn't make me do what everybody do. Because I believe, man, I should have my children, my lady, my brothers, my mama, my sisters, my nieces, and nephews. Man, I don't gotta talk. Listen, I utilize social media for rants, sometimes just to get for funny stuff or for promotion.
Right.
But man, my life over here is cool.
Yeah, offline.
I mean, and then I have my moments. Right. Where I gotta be real back in because I'm not perfect, bro.
Right.
If people looking for a perfect Dino, I ain't never been perfect. What people can't say is Dino is consistently himself.
Yeah. No, that's fact.
I'm consistently me. And if I fuck up, I just fuck up.
All right.
Let me fuck up, but correct me. And that's what's been a big thing for me too. I got you, our brother T, and I got another small circle of men that hold me accountable, bro. That's what I pray for as well. Man, give me some people around me that ain't gonna yes sir me.
Right.
Give me some people that's gonna hold me accountable when I'm fucking up.
Right.
And man, shout out Poyo, bro. Like that's my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Poyo is Chris Richardson. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my closest brothers, man. And he was supposed to be here on the show, but we're gonna bring him on when we do. Yeah, we're gonna figure that out, man. Because he one of the ones that went through that struggle, went through that fire, but out here, great father, husband. You know what I'm saying? Man. One day, I just remember my boy calling me and talking to me about moving up in the company that they worked for. It didn't happen at the time, but it happened on God's time. And now, man, my boy is a boss. I'm talking about not just the local boss, man. My boy is up there in a major company. Yeah, making boss decisions. Also, man, Antonio was on here last week. He want, we're gonna bring these fellas back up. Brian Bowser. You know what I'm saying? He owning Exotic Eats. Man, we was on a unit together. You know what I'm saying? So when you get, shout out to these people who, especially women. I want to hear from a woman's perspective from prison. I know from a male's perspective, but I want to hear from a woman's perspective.
We'll get them on here. Get them on here. Youth is big, right? So what's one thing you would tell young Dino? If he was,
and young Dino wouldn't listen to nothing, bro. Young Dino was.
There's a lot of young Dinos out here. So what would you tell him?
So my biggest thing I would tell myself and drill it into my young self is, look out, young Dino. Value your choice because you cannot get that choice back. When you make that choice, that's made. That's cast in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, also, man, I would tell him to seek out help. Seek mental help. Seek emotional help. Seek spiritual help. Because it's time, bro. Like I could just know, like, man, it's just times when like y'all gone, you, Mel, Shay, and T, and me and Granny. Granny go to church a lot. Right. And bro, like I just felt alone. Right. You know what I'm saying? I felt alone in this world, and I felt like I ain't had nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the oldest, bro. Like, I ain't had nobody I didn't have a blueprint. Right. Like, y'all had a blueprint, what not to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, and I thank y'all to do that, man. Put mom do that. And man, y'all had a blueprint. I didn't have that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so, man, I cried a lot, man. This is what a lot of people don't know. I cried a lot, man, when I was a youngster, man, behind closed doors, because I felt like I was alone in this world, and I didn't know how to figure things out as a young boy. Right. Trying to be a young man. And that's kind of what happened in relationships, man. I had just terrible relationships, man, because I'm trying to be something that I don't know. I don't even have the map for.
Man, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can be taught how to treat this person.
Romance.
You know what I mean? But like people wondering how, like, now my situation is so long, like the longevity and the peace and the love is because, bro, like I got the blueprint from God. And man, shout out my circle of men who teach. Man, Jeremy, our cousin Jay, man, I always look up to Jay, man. Yeah. All my life, Jay was like a fucking hero to me. Right. And I love my cousin. Shout out Jeremy Cunningham. Man, when I first got out, Jay he spoke a lot of life to me. He gave me a lot of wisdom, man. Sitting at his house when he was living down here. And man, I still hold that today. Like, man, we living away, well, in Houston, whatever, Fuji. But I still, it's words. I still look at his stuff on Instagram and Facebook. And we don't talk all the time, but like he made a huge, I'm talking about over 50%, 75% impact on the way I am, the decisions, choices that I make now today. So yeah.
All right, that's real. All right, man. You get to know the host Dino himself.
Yeah, and I'm not perfect, man. And that's the thing, man. We need each other. Yeah. But if my story was, man, it's watered down right now. But like, what I've been through it, And the boys that grew up with me, y'all know. You know what I mean? Y'all know how I was. And so, and you know, tell me something else before we get out of here.
Yeah.
I struggle with this right here. I run into people, and I'm learning. I'm in therapy. Shout out to you, bro. You put me in that boy.
Come on, man.
You encourage me to go.
Yeah.
I'm learning that, like, so I struggled always with meeting people that didn't know me when I came up. You heard about me,
right?
You didn't know me back then, but when I meet you, you would say, man, you have a negative
view
of me, and I'm saying, what? Man, I'm out here. I ain't said nothing wrong. I ain't done nothing wrong to this person. And you know, when I let them make it, and I let them make it, and I let them make it, and I let them make it, it becomes disrespectful.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then so now when I blow over, when I pop out, it's like, oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah.
And so, man, you know what? My shout out my Uncle Kevin, bro, because him and Mo, bro, like, stay on my line, bro. Like, sometimes I'll be like, man, here go my Uncle Kevin, you know what I'm saying? Kevin Thurman, that's my uncle. Mo, you know what I'm saying? They gonna call me, bro. Like, they gonna hold me accountable.
Yeah.
Even when I don't want to hear it, man, even if I hang up the phone and they feel like I ain't want to hear it, guess what? I still reflect. I go in my cave and I you know, mentally, you know what I'm saying, using it as my mind. I go in my cave, man, you know what? He was right. You know what I'm saying? Our Uncle Reggie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He been a huge impact on my life. So, you know, Uncle Pimp, Uncle Tommy, you know what I'm saying? So I look back and say I did have father figures, male figures, but like at home, bro, I had humble women, bro. Them sisters, them cowboy sisters, tear your ass up. From Aunt June, I was scared of Aunt June. Aunt Honey Mae, Aunt Bobby, Aunt Effie. Man, my granny, they gonna tear your ass up. Uncle Sonny, Uncle Sam, they gonna tear your ass up. But like at the end of the day, that's not always the issue. That's not that solve a problem for me. I don't believe in doing that with my children. You know what I mean? I have different approaches, but because I know how they make me an angry child. You know, I was immune to whoopers, bro. You know that. Yeah. Ass whooping. You want to whooping or you want to ride your put that bike up? Man, come on with that. Whooping, bro. The crew, come back in the day to set the Space Marine, boy. We got bikes. We ride.
We gone.
Yeah, we ride.
Let me get it out the way.
Yeah, man. But I just want to send a message to the youth, man. Tap into my show, man. I'm gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a lot of good content, positive content. This show ain't just about talking your shit about sports. You know what I mean? This about talking your shit about, because I'm talking my shit right now because I'm proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I want my mama to understand that, man. Mama, I hope you're proud of me. I know you're proud of me. I know you're proud of me. You know what I'm saying? My aunt, Vern, I know y'all proud of me. Yeah, I might fuck up something. But guess what? Man, y'all know where I came from. Right. But I want y'all to know the values that y'all instilled in me. My mama Janice, my pops David. I want y'all to understand the values that y'all instilled then, and they here. You know what I mean? They here and they alive. And I pass them on to my kids, and the cycle is broken with my sons. You know what I'm saying? I started serving in the military, you know what I'm saying? And man, my other folk, they coming up, man, they gonna be great. Yeah. My nieces and nephews, man, they gonna be great, man. You know, and then there's one thing about it. I want to always continue to make an impact, no matter what people say. I'm always an open book. You can always come talk to me. I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? You hear something, come talk to me, because I'm gonna talk my shit. You know what I'm saying? Not just here. I'm gonna talk my ish, and I say that in a respectful way of saying I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you the truth about me. I'm gonna tell you the truth about my life. I'm gonna tell you the truth about my journey, and I'm gonna tell you about the truth about my mission. My mission is to save the kids in my community and hopefully save a kid that live way in New Jersey. Right? So, I mean, y'all tap into this show, man. Shout out again, man, to the men and women who are enduring life after incarceration. Because you can do it. Stay persistent and consistently stand free. Each day, one day at a time. Value your choices because you can't get a choice back. Every choice you make, just value it. Take it as a precious diamond. Think about it as a stack of money that you can throw away. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't throw it away. You know what I'm saying? Value that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So value your choices. Again, I want to shout out Gold Star Barber Academy and Cosmetology School, Expedia, Midas Eye Productions, man, Universe Corporation. Hey, for all your uniforms and facility services needs, get with the brand of surgery, see yourselves lead at Universe Corporation in Bryan, College Station, Texas. I also want to shout out BCS Chamber of Commerce, man. Hey, tomorrow we got the Taste of Aggieland, Honey Favorite Sweets, also Exotic Eats. Talk your ish.
Talk your ish.